In the previous lessons, we covered hardware configuration. In this lesson, we will explain how to use the PLC simulator and return to the hardware configuration to download our configuration to the simulator after activating it. If you recall, when we were specifying the set PG-PC interface parameters, we specified the connection method to the PLC as connection through the MPI port. However, since we're planning to use the simulator and we want to change the connection method to the PLC, we need to set the parameters once again, specifying in the Somatic Manager that we want to connect to the PLC simulator. To set these parameters, as previously, we go to the Option menu and select Set PG-PC Interface On. In this window, in order to tell the Somatic Manager that we're intending to select the simulator, we need to select PLC Sim MPI and click OK. Then hit OK here as well. After doing this, the connection method to the PLC has changed, and now the Somatic Manager knows that we are intending to connect to the PLC simulator. After setting these parameters, in order to activate the simulator, we go to the toolbar and click on this Simulator On-Off icon. By clicking on this icon, the simulator program is activated. As you can see and hear, we have a window called CPU. This window simulates the operation of a real CPU. This means that the application of these stop, run and P, and memory reset options is exactly the same as the selector key that we have on the CPU, and the lights that we can see here are the same as the indicator LED lights on the CPU. Here, this green DC light shows us that our virtual CPU is on, and this red stop light represents that the CPU is in stop mode at this point. In order to run the CPU, we can simply select Run and P from here, and as you can see, the stop light turns off and the green run light turns on, showing us that the CPU is in run mode at this point. Now, why didn't we use run instead of the run and P? As we said earlier, whenever we have the two options of run and P on our CPU, if we put the CPU into run mode, we do not have the ability to download to the CPU. We can only upload from the CPU memory. This means that we will not be able to transfer any information from the computer to the PLC. We can only transfer information from the PLC to the computer. Therefore, if we want to have the option to both download and upload, we need to use the Run and P mode. But we should note that this situation arises only when both options of Run and P are on the CPU. If we only have the Run option on the CPU, which is usually the case on all CPUs, we can both download and upload in the Run mode. So now the simulator program is activated and the PLC is in Run mode. In order to keep this simulator window fixed here, we select Always in Top, which enables the simulator window to remain in view regardless of other windows that we view. Now we can view the hardware window and the simulator window simultaneously, and we can return to the hardware to see how we can download the configuration that we have already created on the PLC.